Okay, guys, can you see my screen okay?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, we are going to be reviewing this morning running a Central Reach mobile appointment using AI session notes. So we have paid an extra fee to Central Reach in order to access AI notes. So we're hoping this could be a very good program for us to make sure we stay on top of our case notes, making sure they get completed and saving you guys so much time writing your case notes and freeing you up to provide more clinical work. So that's the idea behind this. Guys, if you have any questions while I'm going through the training today, just please ask. I cannot see your pictures on my laptop, so just speak up and ask, please, anytime. And also after I do the presentation today, we'll be looking at my phone screen and I'll be showing you actually how to run an AI session from start to completions. Okay. So the Central Reach mobile appointment, let's take a look. So right now, the Central Reach mobile AI appointment is available for the adult BSCs. Now, this is only while providing direct service. If you were writing a treatment plan, entering data, or any of the office work that we can bill for, that is not something you would use this AI note for. You would only use it for times that you are providing direct service with the VIP, working with them in the field, in the community program, home setting. You would run the AI session note. And of course, it's available for adult BHTs as well. Okay. So it's available for these two people, but we plan to unleash it as well for the children's BHTs very shortly after the adult program kind of is put into place. Okay. So using AI is to strengthen case note. Use AI as a documentation assistant, not as a substitute for accurate clinical documentation. AI can help save time when drafting. So these are some of the strengths. AI can help save time when drafting case notes and organizing information. This is going to save you so much time. I mean, by the end of the week, by the end of the year, this is going to save you hours. And by the end of the year, probably hundreds of hours just using this AI system to write your notes. It's going to help organize the information. It's going to help everything you prepare during session. It is going to generate into a note for you. AI can help improve clarity, grammar, and professional wording. So if you're someone like me that struggles with grammar, that never really liked it, never really enjoyed it, really took a lot of time proofreading, AI takes that off the plate for you. It is going to use proper grammar, clarity, and professional wording to help free you up to provide clinical care and not worry about the grammar, clarity, or professional wording of a note. AI can help organize the most important details of a session note into a clear note. So the AI system in Central Reach is going to take all the information that you provided in the session, from data collection information to the answers to the prompts, in order to generate a note based on the inputs that you did during session. So it's going to take that information and apply it to your notes. So nothing's missed. Everything is captured and nothing is missed. If you forget to put something in your note, AI will add it for you. Okay. AI should support documentation, not replace clinical judgment or staff responsibility. So, I know there's concerns using AI that, we're taking the human aspect out of this, but guys, we have to remember that this is just a tool that we're going to use. It's never going to substitute human observation, checking it out, reviewing the session note, and making edits after the AI generates the note. AI makes mistakes, and it is our responsibility to make sure that note is written with fidelity and written correctly. So we are still checking what AI created and making edits based on if there's any mistakes or inaccurate information during your session note. So, of course, like we just said, always review the final note for accuracy before submitting it. Does anyone have any questions? And then the last one, never use AI to create information that did not occur during session. Of course, we would never do that. Does anyone have any questions about the strengths of AI or anything to add?
Now, Mike, I do have, so once it generates the note itself, I still have the ability to go back in, look at it, review it, and also kind of tweak it if it's not exactly the way I'd like it to be.
Exactly correct. And I think Christy had an instance of this happening, right, Christy?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us a little bit about how that process went for you?
I'm trying to remember because it was the first one I did. I forget what I said something about um going, we were, where were we? Just an example, we were going to the gym and we were doing some things and it kind of just, it wrote like going to the store. And it didn't, the little things like that, it didn't make sense. So I just went back and changed it. But otherwise, it's been pretty good.
Well, great. Nice job,
Yeah.
like double checking and making sure everything's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. You just have to make sure um,
Hmm.
it has the facts right because you put them in at the top, but sometimes mistakes happen.
It
But
happened yesterday with Lindsay actually came up to me and asked me, she's like, this doesn't really, she said, this looks good, but this part I don't really like. And it just hit that little, like, almost looks like a little pencil button to edit it. Yep. And then just kind of went through, changed some like two words and then that was it.
yeah, it's not many words you have to change. It's just little bits of info, but it's never a big section because it pulls
Yeah, for
in all
sure.
the info.
Hmm.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, so make sure that we are reviewing the final note for accuracy before submitting. We're taking a look at the times, we're taking a look at what AI created, making sure it's accurate, and making any edits at that time as well before we submit the note. So some of the best practices, document the session first by answering the prompts, what happened, what was worked on, and how the client responded. And I'll show you these prompts when we kind of do the demonstration. We're going to use AI to organize or polish information you have already documented. We're going to, like we said, verify names, dates, service, behaviors, interventions, and outcomes. Make sure that what AI generated is accurate to the session. Um, and that's pretty much the best practices for using AI. So here's the steps, and I made this very concise at the end. So just a quick TA you can look at. But let's talk about the steps, making sure we clear the air of how to actually use this software. So the first thing you want to do is schedule the appointment in your browser. So this is done on your computer, just like normal. You're going to go in and schedule the appointment, and the appointment should be scheduled before you start your session. So a good practice is if you see a VIP at the same time each week, you could create recurring appointments on your Central Reach calendar. That way, when you go into session, you're good to go. So you're going to navigate to the schedule the appointment for the client. We're going to make sure we select the correct client service date, start, end time, and billable code, and we're going to save the appointment. That appointment will then appear on our Central Reach mobile app. So step two, we have to download and open the Central Reach mobile app. So download and open the Central Reach mobile app, and you could find this. It's available on iPhone and Android. You go onto the store and search and download this app for your phone. So this is only used on your phone. The Central Reach AI is to run on your phone. So pretty much you're going to be collecting data and doing your note all from your phone now. You will not need to use a computer. And actually, you can't use the browser to use the AI note. You have to use the mobile app. It is integrated in the mobile app. So we're going to log in using your Central Reach username and password. We're going to navigate to your scheduled appointments. And again, I'm going to show you how to do all this. We're going to locate and select the appointment you created. And then we're going to just make sure that you verified the correct client and appointment for the session you are running. Does anyone have any questions so far? Okay. So start the appointment. We're going to open the scheduled appointment. We're going to select start appointment, clock in. We're going to verify that the appointment has started successfully, and we're going to begin providing services and collecting data. Do not start the appointment until services actually begin. So when we come in, we're going to be logging into the app and then starting, we're going to swipe over to start the session when we begin providing services. Step four is complete learning trees and collect data. So pretty much exactly the same thing. The learning trees, your sessions are going to be tied into the mobile app with this particular VIP. You are going to be selecting it in the mobile app and collecting data. Now, again, the learning trees and the setup for the session have to be done on a laptop. That cannot be done on the mobile app. So you kind of have to prepare all this information beforehand in the learning trees and in your sessions so that when you run the mobile app, everything is good to go for you. So again, this is only going to be used for providing direct care. If you're creating treatment plans, learning trees, this is all going to be done on the computer. Okay, so only direct care service will be using this AI note. We're going to work through the appropriate goals and target, collect data as normal, record responses accurately, document target behaviors when they occur, and then we want to make sure we collect data in real time whenever possible, which means we want to be using the app to collect data in real time. Some people prefer to kind of keep a handwritten document and then submit the data after the fact. I don't like that practice as much. There's room for mistakes. There's adding an extra step or two to this whole procedure. It's like this app can collect data in real time for you, so you do not need to add that extra step. And of course, if you need any more training or guidance on this process, we would be happy to assist you. Just send us a message and let us know. And this is a great topic too for supervision meetings if you guys choose to spend your time in supervision talking about this. Okay. Any questions so far?
When you start a session on the mobile app, if you start it early or late, like you say you forgot to hit start session on there, does it automatically adjust your time in the schedule?
Well, if you start it late or early, say if you started a, say you forgot to start it. Okay, you started your session at 8 and you noticed at 8:10 you forgot to start your session. You're going to go in and swipe to open. When you close out your session later, it's going to verify your time. You just have to make sure you change the time on that last screen.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, when you close out the session at the end, it's going to give you one more prompt and it'll be like, hey, is this the correct time? And it's going to be your start of session and end of session time, and you could adjust the times that way. Now remember, you want to make sure that you do this after your session is over. So if it's, 10 o'clock and your session's over and you try to end it at 9:55, it'll not let you convert the note until 10 o'clock happens, okay? All right, complete the session note. So this is where the AI is going to come into play. You're going to see prompts that we generated, and that's subject to change as we start using it and adding different things. So answer prompts, and the AI will help by documenting the goals addressed during the session. So it's literally going to pull all the goals and the data that we collected during that session and add it to your session note automatically. So you don't have to worry about going back to your graphs and checking your graphs to see kind of how the VIP did during session to write in your note. This is going to automatically pull the data from your note and add it to your session, which is really beautiful. It's going to document progress towards the goal. So it's going to report on actually the data that's put into the treatment that into your learning tree. So it's going to pull that information automatically and write about that in your AI note, which is awesome. It's going to and I just think it's going to set our documentation so much better than what other people are doing that aren't using AI, because it's really going to be pulling this inclusive session information right into our note. So, it's great because it won't allow us to miss things. Documenting behaviors observed and interventions implemented, of course, and then it includes significant events, concerns, or caregiver information when applicable. So it's going to pull all this information into our session note, which is really cool. The human oversight rule we're going to talk about right now. So before using a draft, review the source data. Make sure that the data you collected during session is accurate. check dates, times, targets, and measurements, confirm the narrative describes what actually happened. We talk about this, add relevant observations that the data does not capture. So there's sometimes that the AI is not going to capture or report on all the information that we put in. So we need to make sure we review. So before signing, we want to remove anything inaccurate or unsupported. So if AI makes a mistake, we are taking that information out, making sure language is objective and professional, which AI does a great job of that. And the Central Reach AI is kind of set up for ABA providers, so it's kind of like made for us. So usually it is very objective and professional. Confirm the notes meet agency and payer requirements. So please make sure, through your note training that everything looks good. And only sign when you personally agree the note is accurate. So when you signing, you are telling everyone, including auditors, state representatives, and staff at RBL, management staff at RBL, that you agree that this is what happened during your note. So that's what your signature is telling us. Do you guys have any questions so far? Okay. Step six, obtain required signatures. Now, for our adult program, we just require your signature on these notes. In the children's department, we require a teacher or parent signature on our notes. So we want to review the appointment information, like we said a million times, have the appointment appropriate individuals sign electronically when required. If you're working primarily in the adult program, it's just going to be you. If you're in the children's department, when we unravel this for the technicians, it will be a teacher or a caregiver as well as you. Confirm the signature was successfully recorded. Just make sure everything's good to go with that. And never sign on behalf of a client, caregiver, or another authorized individual. Of course, we would never do that. So obtain required signatures and then end the appointment like we talked about with Tyler's question. When services have ended, select end appointment and clock out. Verify the correct end time. Make sure that and not just the end time, but the start time too, that they match up because that is what your appointment is going to read on your calendar. So make sure, and that's how you're going to get paid. So make sure the times are accurate, that the start time and the end time are accurate. Make sure all required information has been completed. And then, of course, verify, like we said a million times, all information is correct. So I had this TA, and I'm going to send out this PowerPoint for all you guys to reference. This slide at the end kind of takes all that information and kind of puts it into a TA for us, an 8-step TA for to look at a quick glance if you're kind of learning the steps of this. So there's that. And just some important reminders, and I'm sure we mentioned all this already. Appointments are scheduled on the Central Reach browser first, so you want to make sure you schedule these appointments beforehand on your Central Reach calendar. And like I said, you could set up reoccurring appointments so that if you met with the same, which many of you do, meet with the same VIPs on the same day each week, you could set up these reoccurring appointments in your Central Reach calendar to make things really easy for you so that you could log in and begin using the mobile app right away without scheduling that session each week. The Central Reach mobile app is used to run the session and collect documentation. So make sure that you realize that this AI note is only on the mobile app. That if you use the regular browser, the computer, you will not be able to use the AI documentation. So this is only on the Central Reach mobile app for now. Documentation should be completed accurately and as close to the time of service as possible. So, guys, at the end of your session, just do this quick note. It'll literally take just a few moments to do this note. So before you leave, sitting in the car, before you drive home, you can do this in probably 30 seconds, this note now. It's not going to take you long at all. So I'm hoping some people that are really struggling to get their notes in each week, which isn't many of you guys, the people that are struggling will adopt this AI note because it'll just make things so easy for you and then you will not be having to have difficult talks with leadership team that you will get your notes in using AI notes. So if you're someone who struggles to do your notes or think it's a drag every week, if you're doing it on Sunday night or something, give this a try. This is going to save your time. And I'd much rather on a Sunday night you hanging out with your family or doing something you enjoy rather than doing case notes, guys. So this is why we invested in this as well, to make sure that you guys have more free time and more enjoyment at Reaching Beyond Limits Behavioral Health. This was we had to pay an extra cost for this, but we want to put it in place to help you guys to just deliver more enjoyment at work. So this is why we decided to move in this direction with AI Now. If a technical issue prevents accurate documentation, contact your supervisor. Send me a message. Send Grace, Brandon, Nadine, Kerlin a message, and we will help solve your issue right away. Do not sit there and sit with the problem. Let us know right away. If you guys run into any problems or have any questions while you're using this new software or about anything. So bottom line, AI should assist documentation, not replace professional judgment. Again, the source data should drive the note. A staff member should review and approve every final case note, that we're not just generating the note and then moving on without that review and edit. The goal is better documentation with less time spent on documentation, and also reduces the administrative burden of us needing to review your notes. That this also has another kind of hidden software to it that it's going to check your notes. So the AI is going to be reviewing your notes as well and then prompt us if there's any kind of issue with your notes. So this is going to help as administrators reviewing your notes as we continue to grow. Okay, that is the end of the slideshow. Do you guys have any questions about any of that? Let's hear 'em. So we had some people use AI while I bring this up. Can someone tell us about their experience using the AI now?
I just did a little brief training with Brandon. He showed me the whereabouts and what to do, and I took off with it. I actually really enjoy it. So me being not technological with, anything, I really enjoy it, and I think others will too.
What did you like about it?
It's quick, it's easy. I mean, like you said, you get more time with the clients. You don't have to worry about doing your note like 15 minutes before leaving them. So I just think it's beneficial. And me not knowing, grammar like you, Mike,
I
it
don't,
helped me
I'm
out.
not
I'm
good
like,
at
wow,
it either.
fancy writing my notes. Look at this. So
Good job. Well, Sue, I'm so happy you spoke up because uh, you're blowing us away with your courage here and your fortitude trying something new. So thank you, Sue, and thank you, Brandon, for training Sue. And I hope everyone gets invigorated to use the AI note now that Sue's talking about it.
A good word.
Thank you.
Nine.
Okay, so now we're gonna thank you, Sue. I really appreciate you chiming in here. Okay, I'm going to log in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you my computer screen, or sorry, my cell phone screen. I'm just trying to figure out how it's going to work. There we go. Can you guys see this?
iPhone in use. Yep. Just his iPhone mirror is
Ooh.
locked. Oh, secret password. I love RBL.
I love RBL.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, here's my computer. I keep saying computer. Okay. This is cool. I like how this works right now. So here's the CR mobile app. And again, this is on Android Store and Apple Store for you guys to download this right away. So I'm going to double click and bring up Central Reach. I just arrived to session with my boy Cloud. So I'm going to start providing services to Cloud. I'm going to, when I open it up, I have to log in, which kind of I was already logged in, so it didn't ask me to do that. It does have like the face reader too on an iPhone. I'm not sure if Android has that as well. I'm sure it does, right? So you can add a face ID so you don't have to enter your password each time, that it'll like look at your face and log you in automatically, which is really great. At the bottom here, you're going to see home, schedule settings. I'm just going to go to schedule. And again, guys, I made this appointment prior to the training. I made it this morning for us to review at the training. So it's not something I can do from the app. I have to do it on the browser first. So here's the session. Um, Here it is. This is kind of the first screen. You'll see your session data sheets here that it's going to pull the sessions from that are pre-made before you kind of go into this. It's going to show you the service code here. And this is just a test, but yours will say behavior supports or in-home and community hub. And we're going to slide to start. And once we start, it's going to start the session. So you see here now at the bottom, it says slide to end and it says 59 minutes to go. And again, I'm not like required to stay 59 minutes. I could do exactly what I need to do. And I could click the session and I'm good to start collecting data. So here we go. We have, this is just a practice. Maybe this is washing hands and we did a gestural prompt. Didn't do good on the second trial, did fine on the third and the fourth. We're just entering some kind of made up data. They're manding. We love some good manding. They did pretty good here. So I'm collecting data. Hey, we see some maladaptive behaviors. Well, if you guys notice this little thumbtack, well, that's going to be our pin goals. I could click that and I could start adding data here. Guys, you want to make sure you're collecting data on each and every one of your sessions. So this is going to be a great way to do this. Does anyone have any questions about the data collection portion? And literally, I'm just keeping this open on my phone and I'm just collecting data as it comes up. No longer need to carry my phone around, or sorry, my computer around. I could do this all from my app. And guys, it might be a good idea if you're working with staff or parents to let them know what you're doing on your phone. Now, we're not going to get distracted using social media, using our phones or anything like that. This is primarily to run the app, so no one should be on their social media or anything while providing a service to our VIPs. And you could explain that to the people we're working with so they don't think you're scrolling on your phone. You could just say, hey, like this is how I'm collecting data. This is how I'm running my session on my phone so that there's no kind of, oh, this person's using their phone or anything like that while on duty. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about the data collection portion here? Okay, so I could back out and I'm back to this normal screen. And let's just say I'm good to go. I collect data and now I'm at the end of my session. I'm going to come down here and go to my session note. And again, we don't have to worry about anything here besides the description of service activities. And if you guys remember, if you've done a lot of case notes for us, here's the boxes at the top. And literally, I'm going to click the boxes that are associated with session. And guess what? AI is going to pull this information and add it to my notes. So I'm going to add here, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to just click a few boxes. So crisis intervention plan, share restrictive interventions. Why not? And I'm going to scroll down and here's the prompts that we are talking about. Okay, so these are the prompt, and this is where you answer the prompt. So note any changes or events that happened prior to the session that might have affected the client's behavior. What do you guys think I should write in here? And this is going to be about setting events or things like happen. I talk to the staff and they report to me like, oh, like before I got there, this person came in late. What can I write in here, do you think? Just for funsies.
School started up again.
Okay, school started up. I know what's on your mind. What else? How about up at
Client
4
came in
a.m.?
anxious.
What was it?
The client came in anxious.
Why don't we say came in um, to program hitting walls or something? Okay, so again, and if you guys notice, the answers to my prompts are not complete sentences. I'm not worrying about grammar or anything like that. I am just adding some quick ideas here about what happened as any precursors to the session. Describe any new or interfering or challenging behaviors that happened today. So we say hitting walls, new behavior, skin picking maybe was observed. What else? About required prompting to wash hands. I don't know. Note how the client responded to the intervention. So what are we going to say here? What should we say? Good. Should we say good? Just to see what happens?
Client responded positively to reinforcement.
I mean, that would be amazing. That would be amazing, Jack. Responded positively to reinforcement. Okay. And then plan for next session. Why don't we say continue to provide behavior supports? Okay, again, I wrote in a few just different ideas about what happened during session. And of course, during your session, this is all going to be like realistic information, not made up, of course. And I'm not writing in a complete sentence. I don't need to worry about grammar. And I am just going to kind of write in the answers to these prompts. I'm going to hit save. Okay. And the nice part about it is like I could do this note as I'm kind of working with the VIP throughout my session. I can pull up these things, add those answers to the prompt, and get right back to the data collection. Like I don't need to kind of wait to the end of my session to do my note. I could do it throughout my session. Okay. I could add this and make sure if anything comes up, I could add it as I'm going to make it even easier. And then at the end, my session is over. Any questions before we move on?
If you do something that's kind of like not defined, like responded positively, will the AI kind of like imagine ways that the client could have responded positively and kind of fill that in on its own?
Yeah,
Like client
that's great.
responded by smiling.
Exactly. You know, and that's why we want to make sure we're very objective. So good pickup, Tyler. Yeah, so let's see what happens. So I'm going to slide to end. Now here, Tyler, is going to be where you adjust your time. So it doesn't match. It's going to say it doesn't match the times. And you see it changes the time to the start time and end time. But here I can go back and change it to the actual time of the session. Okay. And again, I can't put the end date further than it is right now. You can't end like the session in the future. Okay, so I'm going to save and continue. I'm going to do this place of service. Just say other place of service, session note. So here I'm going to come in, and here is the important part, guys, to come back in, and it's going to prompt you to do this. There's no way to miss it. You're going to generate that narrative based on the information. You could add anything here. If you notice, it's going to carry everything over I added from the previous screen, and I'm going to generate the narrative. Let's see what it says. So here's the narrative, and again, I could hit this pencil icon to edit it. During the session, CloudStrife worked with Michael Bart on implementation of activities and strategies from the behavior support plan, while behavior supports were provided in the context of assessment and treatment planning. Prior to the session, school had started again, and Cloud had been awake since 4 a.m. Upon arrival to the program, hitting walls was observed. A new behavior of skin picking was also observed, and prompting was required for hand washing. Reinforcement was used during the session, and Cloud responded positively to the intervention. Session target data. So here's the session data that it's going to pull right from your sessions, with 71% on practice tests, 75% on manding, and verbal aggression was recorded in 9 occurrences. Continued behavior supports are planned for the next session. So here I'm just going to confirm that I read it and it looks good, and I could hit save. Any questions before I hit save? Okay, I'm gonna hit save, sign and complete. My name's saved in the system already. I'm going to hit submit. There we go. So that is the process. What do you guys think?
Seems good. Seems easy and simple.
It is very easy and simple. Now I know, we haven't had many people utilizing it yet, and I get it. Some people, this is the first time they heard about it. Tell me, who plans on using AI Note now after they got some additional training in it?
Probably use it. I'll definitely use it.
You'll definitely use it?
Uh,
Cool. Tyler and Jack's on board. Who else? You don't have to be too, guys. You do not have to. You do not have to use this if you choose not to.
On board, it's awesome.
You like it, Sue, too? It's awesome.
I love it too. So
Lindsay loves it too. Okay, you don't have to love it, guys. Tell me the truth. No one's going to be mad if you're like, I'm against the AI revolution and I'm scared of Terminator. I'm not all about it. That's okay too.
I'm those things, and I'm still going to use it.
Say I'm really old school and old, and I can do it, so anybody
No, you're not,
can.
Christy.
Oh God, I am, but anybody can.
It definitely makes the data collection a lot easier to do throughout the session because you don't have to keep logging in and out, like you said. It saves that app open and it does take Face ID, which helps save time as well. You know, the notes are going to take a little getting used to for some people, but at least the data collection you can open right away, you can start right away, and you can end it, and still do your note on your own time if you need to.
Good point, Corinne. I like kind of how it's like all like kind of like instead of having like all these different sections, like the schedule
Mhm.
here and the data collection here, it kind of brings it all together, which I like a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think, Andy?
I like it. I was just trying to get it on my phone. I had to change my password in the app store. I couldn't get in. Just figured that out. So
All right,
we'll
cool.
be on there real soon.
Cool. Glad to hear it. How about you, Jess?
Excuse me. I definitely think I'm gonna use it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Mhm.
Any other questions? Anything? All right, guys. Well, like I said, if you guys have any problems, have any other questions, just send them our way. I'd be happy to talk with you guys again about this. And give it a try. Even if you're kind of on the fence, give it a try and see how it goes for you. And we'd love to hear your feedback as well. So let us know how it goes. Thank you guys for your attention this morning, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you,
Thank
you
you.
too.